Oh man, I am strangely
Tired?
okay. I'm strangely okay. I woke up
Yeah.
dead to the world. Very weird night watching the Heat game because I was okay through the first half. I know I fell asleep somewhere in the third quarter, but then popped up at like early in the fourth. It was very strange. It was like I found my second wind. So I woke up and it was a wild game, dude. It was a wild game back and forth between the Lakers and the Miami Heat. Let's get to the ID here, and we'll tell you about it. Miami Heat losing last night in overtime, 120 to 117. Monk. Again.
Oh,
Again with this Malik Monk. Leading the Lakers in scoring, 27 points for the all-time random scrub Heat killer. He is he's a Hall of Famer when he takes on the Miami Heat. He's on.
Is he moving up the list of Heat killers?
I think he's number one. Wayne Ellington was there last night and he had a couple buckets, but Malik Monk, he changed it all. Because the Heat were the Heat really looked like they had it in control with like 4 minutes left. You're like, oh, all right, and the guy who's gonna take the most heat today is Duncan. Duncan Robinson yesterday, he not only can't shoot threes, he botched a wide open layup that would have put the Heat up 9. Monk hits a 3, brings them to within 4, and that was the big swing that got the Lakers back into it for that last run. And then the Heat, who were hitting free throws all game, Leroy, all game, automatic.
They're good. They're good free throw shooting team.
Good free throw shooting team. They get a gift. They're down 7, about under a minute left in OT. All right, can bring them all the way back. Duncan Robinson gets fouled for a 3-point shot. Goes to the line, hits the first. Okay. Brings them within 4. No bigs. Misses the next 2.
What?
Misses the next 2.
Duncan Robinson?
Duncan mother bleeping Robinson missed the next 2 free throws. In fact, the Heat missed the next 4 in a row because then Bam, he got a 3-point. He should have had a 3-point play. He gagged on one of his free throws. And then they did it again. I forgot who missed the next one too. Somebody else missed a free throw after that. And even still, the Heat had a chance to go up late in OT. Tyler Hero 3, and he had it. He had a good look, missed it. They go down. Melo gets fouled. Melo puts him up 3. Chance to tie it. Great play drawn up out of the timeout. Tyler Hero wide open to tie it, send it to double OT. No good after a near perfect night from 3 points from Tyler Hero. So really one that slipped away from your Miami Heat.
Yeah.
No Jimmy Butler. He was hurt after the first quarter, and so you didn't have him. Bam really didn't play the first half as he was in foul trouble for most of the game. So we got ourselves a dose of Udonis Haslem early in the game because no Markieff Morris yesterday.
Hey.
He comes out. He hits that baseline jumper. I got a little dicey.
Hey.
Got a little dicey for UD.
Hey. I'm going to say this.
Don't.
UD is my boy.
Don't
you
do
know it.
Don't.
I'm going to just tell
Leroy?
you. I'm going to just tell you. Father Time
Don't.
is undefeated.
-1. Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't do that. No, just don't do it. I tell you, it's enough. What's obvious and on the court, it does.
No, I don't know if that's a -1.
No, it's a -1, Dante. Them's the rules. You can't just change policy.
Did you see when him, who was it? Him and Kyle did the alley?
I did see that. Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was unfortunate. I would figure Kyle needs to know in that spot that Udonis Haslem is not Bam Adebayo.
What, throw him a bounce pass?
That'd be nice. Yeah.
That's the only way he was getting it.
Yeah, but
There's a big difference between an alley oop and a bounce pass, dude.
Know your teammates. Know your teammates.
So what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm just saying he doesn't quite have the bounce like he used to.
No. -1 to you because you saying UD is old
I didn't say that.
and can't jump.
I said he doesn't have the bounce like he used to. But you know what he still has?
Bounce.
Yeah, doesn't have the bounce. But you know what he still has? That baseline jumper. Still wet.
Yeah.
Still wet.
Hey, I got to tell you, doesn't it brings back years of just, man, he can still hit that shot, huh?
It's as the great Tony Fiorentino says, he works on that shot before every game, Eric. I tell you who was good. Best 4 minutes I saw last night, Big Yurt. Oh,
Big Yurt.
Should have gotten Big Yurt in early. Big Yurt was ahead. Those 4 minutes, and I don't think I'm overstating this, the toughest 4 minutes of Anthony Davis's career. He didn't know what to do. Big Yurt was all over him. Big Yurt was all over him and then blew past him for a dunk. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Probably caught him off guard. He was staring into his eyes.
Very weird game yesterday. Very enjoyable game. Don't get me wrong. Like, even in the loss, I was like, meh, Monk. But, I mean, had your chances. It's very frustrating, like, how the offense sputtered out. It is frustrating with the missed free throws, but it was a fun game nonetheless, especially one that kept me up until 1 in the morning.
Man, you just took a nap.
Oh, I woke up today.
That's not constituting sleep.
Dude, I woke up today, and I'm like, oh.
We call that at the facility, at the office, you took a damn day.
It was so bad, dude. As soon as it went to overtime, I'm like, you gotta be effing kidding me. Overtime.
Now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it all night tonight with football.
And Leroy, it started late because it was on ESPN last night.
Yeah,
so they had to wait.
It didn't start till like 10:30.
Oh, it was so brutal. It was they were giving us no favors yesterday. No favors with that game.
Remember, like, I know when in college, I don't even know if they do it with some NFL game. I mean, they do it on TNT. Is that they'll start the other game on TBS.
Yeah.
And then flip it back over.
I think they
to keep things moving.
I think they were just like, you know what? You'll be all right.
No, they get live sports now. It's football season. They probably had some action on the other channel. What are they going? Or ESPN News.
Oh, they're showing the PJ Tucker put back on the Tyler. I didn't know PJ had bounced like that. PJ got up.
You know who don't?
-1, bro. Stop insinuating things.
I'm not insinuating nothing. The fact that you knew what I was talking about means that you were insinuating.
Yeah, because I got to keep you in line. I got to keep you in line with your chicanery.
What?
This is no time for silly sauce. It's a legend right there.
Really? Hold on, mark the tape. Tobin's trying to turn silly sauce off.
Nah, it's just show some respect.
Well, I got none but respect.
Doesn't feel like it. Feels like you're
for
enjoying.
A guy that's in his 19th year.
It feels like you're enjoying a man in his 19th season falling out of bounds. Nope. You're taking very much glee. You wanted to talk about one thing out of this game, and that was Udonis Haslem in his 19th season fall. Don't do that. Stop it. Stop falling out of bounds. Stop reenacting him falling out of bounds.
UD went to do the alley-oop, and his body say, man, we can't do that.
I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad at you right now. You need to knock this off.
You better do the layup, Carmelo.
You need to.
We ain't about to be out here like Carmelo and getting slammed by the rim.
Man, Carmelo looks good, I tell you, though. He looks good.
Hey, I tell you what. If there's one thing Carmelo has always been able to do, that's score the basketball.
Man.
Holy smokes.
I really did think that. I think there must have been a mandate from UD, from Spo. He's like, listen, I legitimately can't have you get kicked out of the game in 2 minutes tonight, okay? Bam's got 3 fouls. Markeef's out. I don't know about Big Yurt. I wasn't quite ready for him because this Dwight Howard, the type of shenanigans this guy plays with.
He hook every arm and then
I thought, dude, he put like a Kimura lock on Bam. I thought Bam's shoulder was gonna rip out.
Right.
I was like, dude.
And then on the they were saying, oh look, Bam's hooking his arm. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah, can we do character witness here?
I would say what makes it annoying is that's not basketball.
It's not.
If you were paying so much attention to all your little tricks instead of playing basketball, it's like I'm out on that, and is Dwight. I don't understand how a guy can go from being so loved in Orlando to the whole situation with Van Gundy to now, he's that guy.
He's just
right?
He's
that guy.
He's a goon. Goes out there and he's just messing people up. He's slapping Kyle Lowry right in the face. Kyle Lowry, though, the theatrics from him where he goes into the stands. He goes, I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a minute.
Hey, the one where he slapped him in the face and they did it in motion is like, no. I'm like, wow.
He goes into the stands and the fans are like looking behind him. They're like, are you all right, man? He goes, just let me gather myself, okay?
What about he did to Jimmy Butler? Like, I'm more than sure he looked to make sure everybody was looking. I mean, man. But you know what? I will say this, and this is how I believe about all this flopping and nonsense. If the officials would call a foul, there would be no need to flop. Right? Like like there's so many things that are like, and then they fall for it. When the guy waves the elbow, and then the guy goes like this, all they see is the head go back.
I hated that yesterday. Bam, there was another big moment late where Bam, who basically put up 28 and 10 and a half, because he was in so much foul trouble in the first half, he didn't see him, and ended up having his season high, but he had two opportunities late again for the Heat to really put it away, and he had Russell Westbrook on him. Russell Westbrook, did the thing where he's little guy, takes the charge, and then the next one was Anthony Davis. And, Bam kind of did like a little separation thing, but Anthony Davis, who's like bigger than anybody on the court, is like, oh! And so he's flopping all over the place. They call offensive foul on Bam, goes the other way. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Come on, bro.
Like I don't like games to be stopped because of theatrics. And that's both. But again, the reason why they have theatrics in the first place is because they don't call the fouls unless it's noticeable. So what do the players do? They make it noticeable. So now we got the theatrics. Now I feel like I'm on Broadway watching some type of drama because, and it's like crazy. And then any contact to the face, they have to go and watch the tape to make sure. I'm like, look, let's just go with science, okay? A guy that's 6'9", getting guarded by a guy that's 6'2", okay? All he have is elbows and hands and arms in his way.
And the other thing too is
probably gonna get tipped a little bit.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is how many face slaps don't look bad on slow-mo replay? They all look bad. Oh my God.
Look, I mean, but the thing is that you ever notice with these plays, the whiplash of the slap always comes a little bit after the actual contact.
Except for Low Dog. Honest Low Dog.
Really?
We'll take a quick break.
He laid on the ground.
He went into the third row.
That was the second one.
We'll take a quick break. We'll get into 15 minutes of heat. Obviously starting off with a lot of heat here with the game late last night. Duncan Robinson, what the hell?
What's the spread for the Heat?
Good question. Let me fire that up. Jimmy Butler's status, I imagine, might have it off the board right now because of his ankle injury. But let me fire that up for you, Leroy. I don't know why I went Irish there, by the way. Right now, the Clippers are 2.5-point favorites. Okay. 2.5-point favorites, and they are riding a 5-game win streak currently, I believe. So
playoff P.
Balling. Playoff P. They've beaten. Now beaten. I'm looking at who their win streaks against, and Heat are the best team they've taken on in this little run they've been on. So we'll see. But the Heat need to get one, man. They need to get this trip turned around because you don't win tonight. You're going to Utah. That's a tough place to play. Utah's obviously going to be looking for revenge, and you don't want this West Coast trip getting ahead. They really let one slip away last night. Really let it slip away.
They have one of these every year.
Yeah, it's very early for the West Coast swing.
But I'm just saying they have one of these trips, and when Spo comes back,
we got closer. Dude, 100%. I really thought we grew a lot and we got closer on this trip. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
you guys, you went one. You went
is
one
there
and
any
6.
other organization that's big picture more than the Heat?
No, but I feel like next week they got they got the Pelicans and the Wizards next week. Although the Wizards are kicking ass lately. Wizards,
they're not. What are they? 9-3.
Yeah, they're on absolute fire right now. And yesterday, and all the guys they've gotten from the Lakers have been good for them. And the funny thing is, I saw yesterday a lot of people were like laughing at the Lakers, but then Russell Westbrook probably has one of his best games of the season last night. He was really good. He was really good yesterday. It was a fun game.
They treat Russell Westbrook like a running quarterback in the NFL because they say when he loses that athleticism, that he's going to have nothing.
He doesn't look less athletic though. The only thing I think that with Russ is that he's still not shy to shoot and he's not very good at it, and he turns the ball over.
But my man has perfect form in his jump shot.
Yeah, but
and sometimes it's not even close.
But he still looks like he's got his. He doesn't look slow to me. He doesn't.
No, I'm just saying that when people think that when that goes
right,
his game is going to go because he hasn't developed a consistent shot. He hasn't, he's really not a point guard, but he plays point guard. So it'll be interesting to see. And here's the whole question with them is it's okay to have OKC Russell Westbrook. The Russell Westbrook they give the ball to and say, go have at it.
Yep.
When you got LeBron and AD in the game, then that kind of changes. We'll see how that dynamic's going to work.
Can I tell you something about Anthony Davis, though? Dude's tremendously talented. Don't get me wrong. There's something about him, it's just something about Anthony Davis where I'm just like, for a guy who's he's clearly an all-world talent, right? But he just kind of loafs through it, you're just hey, it irritates the hell out of me, And they didn't go to him for anything.
Not too many Russell Westbrook energy type 7-footers.
Yeah, but I always feel like Anthony Davis. This even happened in the finals. Even in the games that he lost, he just gets kind of lost in the shuffle. He's a front runner to me. He's a front running player. That's right. I said it. AD, the brow, front runner.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Don't act like you're not Team Petty. They're Dan Day.
Hey,
he was rats off a ship with with New Orleans.
Oh, I don't blame him. I left New Orleans too. Hold up.
With a fake injury.
I had a fake injury too.
Rich Paul was like, "Oh, his shoulder hurts." All right.
He's always got those little knick-knack injuries. That's what I don't like about him.
He's always if Kevin Love is Mr. 4 to 6. He's Mr. 2 to 3 games.
He's 2 to 3, yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3.
But no, I would.
You know what? If right now they said AD could come to the Heat, you're getting your whale out.
Tough to say.
Don't lie.
Tough to
Stop.
say.
You do this every time, and the guy ends up on the team.
Tough to say. I got my guy Low Dog.
Yeah.
Got my guy Low Dog.
Uh-huh.
Bam was having a great game. Oh, Bam had a great second half against Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah, he was playing whack-a-mole in the first half.
Yeah,
but here's the cheesy foul. Here's why you got to be careful when you're an official. Because you call a cheesy foul, it changes the whole dynamic of the game. When now Bam's got to sit out a half.
Yeah, but Bam had a really good game up until late. 2 brutal offensive fouls. One with Russell Westbrook, who ended up on a switch on him, and took the charge on Bam. He tried to back him down. The one on AD was soft as hell to me. I was mad about that one. I was like, oh, come on, bro, come on. He ended up fouling out in overtime. Tyler Hero, 2 good looks, man. Two good looks. I love having Tyler Hero in that spot. Awesome game. Heat missed a ton of free throws late. Definitely hurt. That one hurt. It hurt. It was a lost. It felt like a lost opportunity, especially Jimmy for most of the game. He got hurt. That they weren't playing.
You think they just ran out of gas? Because that's usually what happens with free throws and jumpers.
I don't know. I don't know. Nothing frustrates the fan more than that, though.
Missing bunnies, freebies.
Dude, Duncan. This is why people are furious with Duncan. It's not just the threes yesterday. He missed a layup. He missed a bunny, like an Easter bunny. It was right there with a Cadbury egg, and he just oofed it. And then for him to go there, you're Duncan Mother Bleeping Robinson. I imagine he could hit free throws with his eyes closed. John Crotty said it. He's like, he's like, oh, he doesn't get to the free throw line a ton. Yeah, he doesn't. But he's used to those 4-point plays and intangibles. Come on, he's Duncan Robinson. What's Duncan Robinson's career free throw percentage?
85.
Let me see. Dunks. Career free. Yeah, you nailed it, Leroy. 86%. 86%.
Yeah.
And he missed 2 out of 3. And then Bam missed 1 on a potential 3-point play. Oh, a tough one last night. By the way,
you ain't got time to think about it.
Got no time to think about it.
You're about to play a team that's playing better than the Lakers.
Interesting thing here. The USA Today is reporting, or maybe it's The Athletic. I think where is Sam Amick reporting now? I don't know where he works. I think he's actually with The Athletic now. But we found out that Jimmy Butler, you remember, he was heated. He was heated in the Nikola Jokic kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Wasn't yelling at Nikola Jokic. Was not yelling at Nikola Jokic. Apparently, he was getting into it with one of the Nuggets assistant coaches. So that's who he wanted to fight. And I do remember them. I remember them saying that on the broadcast that the Nuggets coaches were getting into it with some of the Heat players. So when you saw Jimmy Butler saying, bring that ass to the back, not talking to Jokic, he was talking to one of the coaches, Leroy. So that was an interesting level.
I will say this: a lot of those coaches are former players.
He is a former player.
So it might be some
past beef.
I would venture to say that if you see the coach that he was talking to, that guy was in Minnesota. No, that's how I'm telling you.
Interesting.
You don't just go after somebody on the bench like that unless you have some history with that guy.
The other interesting thing that came out of this was Udonis Haslem was talking at shoot around, and -1 for tone and sass.
-1.
But he said,
"Hey, I'm not saying nothing. You brought up UD. I wasn't even thinking about UD.
I know what you were thinking about. You were thinking about him falling out of bounds on Tyler throwing that lob to him.
No, after he tried to jump and do the alley-oop.
It's on Tyler. It's not on UD. You got to know, Tyler.
Did Tyler go, my bad, UD, I didn't know you couldn't jump an inch.
When he sees UD lying on the ground out of bounds, he's probably like, I'm going to get the hell out of here.
And it made it look more awkward when he tried to save the ball. You don't save a ball with an alley-oop. Just let it go.
I saw a great tweet from it was Ben on Twitter.
Oh, look, I'm gonna tell you what.
But he said it's a comment tweet on the on the falling out of bounds. He goes, that's 2 feet in bounds. That's a catch.
Hey, you ready? You ready? Here's what happens. Here's what happened to me on Twitter last night. Right? First tweet. At Brenda Tobin, preemptive -1 for Big Mouth Leroy.
Yep.
Let's go back.
Don't.
When the player coach checks into the game.
I don't like.
Right? Good thing you're friends with UD, but I see some -1s tomorrow.
Wow.
Tyler trying to murder UD with that lob.
He did.
That ain't Bam.
Listen, that one I can't even get mad at. That one's fair.
Wait. UD in the game early. It must be past his bedtime.
-1.
Now,
-1. -1.
Hey.
-1. Enough of these.
-1.
Why all these got to be added at me?
Do you want a stat for your ass on this one?
Sure.
It's from @Simon Sperling. Great follow.
You gonna give me his
Twitter.
purr?
Malik Monk, the past 2 seasons, in the 4 games against the Miami Heat, he's averaging 20.
Even Russ looked at him.
In the 4 games against the Heat, he's averaged 26.5 points per game, shooting 65%. In the other 50 games, 9.2 points per game, shooting 40.8 from the field. I had nightmares about him last night. I woke up in a cold sweat. Monk!
So basically, he giving stats like Robbie with Brent Forbes.
It's true, though. If I were to tell you this, every Heat fan's like, yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's about right. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. I'll give you those quotes from UD on the Jokic situation coming on up. Get you caught up with your headlines. Lots to get to.
He had a press conference?
Not after the game. He spoke at shoot around. You jerk.
I would have just, after that game, I would have just went and sat my ass down.
-1. Back after this.
-1.